Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Stanley Parable 2. Die ist anders, die Zeit. Die habe ich jetzt eben mitgekriegt. Okay. Leute, wir haben hier den Content von 2 schon fast komplett durch.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
Ja.
yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. Jetzt schauen wir uns mal an, was es hier noch so gibt. Ich und mein Eimer. Die Gratis-Trophäe. Größtenteils unendliches Loch. Wurde schon korrigiert. Was ist das? Einstellungen Weltmeister. Was gibt's denn hier? Farblabel, Bewegung vermindern. Ah. Hier gibt's da sowas nichts, ne? Fadenkreuz muss eigentlich nicht immer da sein, das stimmt. Inhaltswarnungen. Toll. So, wie komme ich jetzt hier wieder raus? Okay, so, haben wir hier noch irgendwo... Zurück komme ich nicht. Hm. Das hatten wir. Kann ich ja jetzt mit der Eimer machen hier. Ja. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wo ich jetzt hin muss. Da war das Loch. Hier geht's nicht weiter hoch. Ah. Da ist eine Tür. Geht nicht auf, okay. Was haben wir denn noch? Jump. This map. Free trophy. The button says name merge. Settings World Champion. E ist Exit. Wo ist denn das Exit? Ich will jetzt... Ah, hier. Da war's. Jetzt müsste ich doch alles gesehen haben, oder? Jetzt kann ich doch mit meinem Eimer hier weg. Sieht sehr komisch aus. Sehr, sehr komisch. Das alles Bürogegenstände? Ja, guckt mal. Tasse. Noch mehr Tassen. Bürostuhl. Ja. Okay. No Screenshots. Warum eigentlich nicht?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you The Stanley Parable 2.
Na, jetzt. Ja.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Genau.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Na los. Ui. Okay. Das Menü sieht sogar anders aus. Ich werd bekloppt. Ja gut, dann gehen wir mal rein. In Nummer 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his...
Okay, das können wir eigentlich überspringen, oder? Ja. Gut. Wir
All
sind
of
hier
his
überall die Luft.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of it. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Je öfter ich drücke, umso besser. Okay. Einfach eine Barriere. So mittendrin.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Welcher Eimer? Ah, hier!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Na gut, dann laufe ich halt mit meinem Eimer jetzt so rum.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Kann ich jetzt alles nochmal mit dem Bucket machen? Ach komm, wir gehen nochmal hoch. Mal gucken, wie das normale Ending ist. Und hier im Badezimmer kommt da nochmal was? Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Ja. Sammeln. Oh. I've got the feeling. Was? Money is for stealing, but not yours for course. Say that's a lovely purse. Okay. Ah, yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Auf jeden Fall. Oh.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanley. Okay.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Da gehen wir doch jetzt hin.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Wollten mal gucken, ob da noch was ist. Ah, so.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Da muss so sein. Employee 427. Ist das auch unser Büro? Naja, sieht so aus.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Ich komme nicht an die 4 ran. Die Frage ist, könnten wir da rankommen? Hier auch nichts, was sich ändert. Oh. Ich mache mir jetzt aber mal einen Spaß.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Aber ich mache die
But
wieder
at the
an.
last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Jetzt ist der Eimer
The
schuld.
bucket have betrayed him like this. Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. the control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Das Ende habe ich so gar nicht erwartet. Aber so überhaupt nicht. Wie viel Zeit haben wir denn noch? 21 Minuten sind wir schon. Okay, Leute, ich würde sagen, den nächsten One machen wir in der nächsten Folge. In diesem Sinne, vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wie immer gerne bewerten, kommentieren und abonnieren. Und dann sehen wir uns auch hoffentlich auch in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.